But coming back onto your court case, if you don't mind, here's where I'm at a loss. What I don't understand is why you were made bankrupt in the first place. This has been, as a couple, you and Mrs. Pittman, whilst you were states members, had an income of around about £90,000 annually. Making you bankrupt disqualified you as states members, so you lost your states and your income.
Yeah.
At least while you had an income, you could possibly pay your creditors something. So ostensibly what they've done here is ensured you can't pay them anything now because they've cost you your job and your income. Can you explain that to me?
Well, you say the plot thickens, doesn't it? I mean, as you rightly say, it makes no sense at all. They could have taken a percentage, a significant percentage, while we continued to work. So even though the court case is still live, it is going to Strasbourg. Why that continued, they could have been chipping away at this debt, taking some of our salary. So you have to ask yourself, what is the motivation there? As you say, they've ensured that we can't pay them.
It's just incredible, isn't it? You would think the people you owe money to, which is in excess of £100,000 for JP, you know, £200,000, you would think they would be running your election campaign to make sure you got elected again so you could keep paying them money. I can't understand why they've cut this income off.
Well, I mean, this same question has been put to us by many people who are concerned about this. But I think it actually goes to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? This was never about, it was never about money for them. People have asked me, did we make a mistake in going to court? And actually, we did make a mistake in going to court. Not in standing up to the abuse, because no one, just because they're a powerful state media institution like the Jersey Evening Post, should be allowed to spread lies about people. And you remember, you know, it's funny we get onto money, because I actually took a big pay cut to go into the States. Then very quickly, the JP and Broadlands were telling people that I was getting 4 times the salary, my wife and I, that our income had rocketed. They've ensured, as you say, that I cannot pay them anything back. So why have they done that? And it gets the real nub of the issue here is that they just wanted to silence us. And that our mistake was not in standing up for the principles of the thing. Our mistake was trusting Michael Burt's Jersey justice system that we would get a fair hearing. You know, I don't want to go over it all for your viewers, but as we know, we've seen an individual allowed to sit as a jurat. He had a history, a documented history of looking the other way at evidence of child abuse. He has a documented evidence history of taking a director of the Jersey Evening Post owners to dinner at his own home.
Is a jurat sat on your trial?
This was a jurat sat on our case, yes, one John LeBrittle. And this is a key area, a key aspect of what's going to Strasbourg. It was not human rights compliant. There's no question about this. And this is why they want to bury us.
So do you think this court decision to make you bankrupt was a political decision rather than a financial one?
Absolutely, because as I say, it makes no sense. If this was about Broadlands or the Jersey Evening Post wanting their money because they'd won a court case, as you say, they'd be taking me to the States Chamber every day, making sure I can give them something. Remember, these people were offered the proceeds, even though we were obviously going to continue to fight, they were offered the proceeds of the sale of the house, etc., and lump sums. They refused that. They've put themselves in a situation where, you know, I can't pay them anything. It's about silencing us. It is a political move.
And a witch hunt, as has been coming up again. So, to finish up on Mr. Pittman, what does the immediate future hold for you and Mrs. Pittman?
Well, you can answer that on 2 levels, I suppose. The court case is certainly far from over. You can forget the rubbish put out by the BBC and Channel television. This case is very much live. All the paperwork will be at Strasbourg by the end of the summer, as is required, possibly sooner. Are fortunate that the concern about what's happening in Jersey and the abuse of the judicial system and the refusal of people like the Lieutenant Governor, the Justice Minister in the UK to get involved. Thankfully, that has sparked some interest on the continent, particularly in France, so getting a bit of assistance there. That paperwork will go ahead, then it will be a process of waiting, but in the meantime, I'll continue the fight. Shona and I are both determined. You know, this is about crushing us, and they won't crush us. It's not a pleasant experience, but when you stand up for your principles like we do, you cannot be beaten down, no matter how hard it is. What else is going on? Well, I learned a long time ago that the only way we're going to change this corruption that's going on within Michael Bert's justice system, and I view very much the actions of the Viscount as part of that. It's all coordinated. The false impression given by the media.
The smearing of
the smearing of anyone, and it's not just Shona and myself. And remember, there's a lot of ordinary people who've had no platform who have been through appalling abuses in what passes as a justice system. I've got a project which I'm quite excited about. That will, I hope, come to fruition before the autumn.
What project is this?
I don't really want to talk about it now, but what I will say to you is, as I said at the beginning, the citizens' media is the only reliable, fair media in this island. So when I'm ready to go public, when that is about to happen, I'm very happy, should citizens' media be interested, to come and give that exclusive interview to them.
And it's much appreciated. Mr. Pitman, thank you for the interview. I'm glad we were able to put a few things right that the state media are putting out, and we wish you luck in your ongoing endeavours, and no doubt we'll be speaking again soon.